Warning, this podcast contains spoilers. What's up, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the As Seen on TV podcast for Game of Thrones Season 5, Episode 7, The Gift. I'm your host, Mike, and joining me are John.
Hey.
And Cleo.
Who?
Not you.
That Cleo?
That
Certainly
Cleo.
not.
I don't know who that Cleo is.
I don't either. To be completely honest.
She's somewhere. So, The Gift.
Yes.
Not what I thought this episode was going to be about,
No.
but still very, very good. Where we left off last episode, Sansa was in not a fun place.
She's still in not a fun place.
Still really not.
No, really not. Yeah. So she asked Theon for help. But,
Fucking ass.
he's really too far gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's got a knife now, though.
She does.
We can all count our blessings
She
that
does.
she's got a knife now.
Was it a knife? It looked more like a corkscrew.
Well,
It might have been.
beggars can be choosers.
No, beggars can't be
It's a
choosers.
stabbing implement.
It is a sharp.
It's pointy. Stick him with it.
Stick 'em with the pointy end.
Yeah, stick them with the hand.
Unfortunately, this sister never truly learned
Really?
that.
No.
No.
She was too busy with needlepoint.
Yeah, another kind of pointy end. That whole thing, though, as soon as, Theon, he's walking across the yard, I'm like, holy shit, he's going to do it. And he's, walking up, he gets to the tower, and I'm all expecting, like, all right, this is good, shit's going to go down. And then he opens the door, and there's Ramsay eating fucking dinner.
Yeah.
Like, seriously? Like, this is his office? The people in Winterfell didn't know this?
It's not about the people in... Oh, maybe... right, because she said, do the thing.
Yeah.
But if that was a message from Brienne wouldn't know.
Very true. Brienne wouldn't know.
And
Yeah.
if he recently relocated, there's no way anyone would have known.
Yeah, very true.
Not even that old lady. That poor old lady.
Mm-hmm. But you do have to say that, when Sansa thought that she was getting out of there, or thought that help was on the way, it made her pretty bold.
Yeah.
Enough to,
Yep.
bring up the whole, while talking with Ramsay, bring up the whole, ha, you're a bastard still. Like,
Well, she's playing the game.
yeah,
She knows it's what she has to do.
exactly.
Thought she doesn't know when to hold her hand, When to
Right,
bluff.
exactly. She's not very well practiced at the game.
No, not yet.
No, definitely not yet. So, yeah, that whole thing was great. You're a bastard. You'll never your claim will never be as good as his claim. Yeah, and then she finds out about John, which is nice. I'm actually surprised. Well, I'm
Yeah.
somewhat surprised she didn't hear news beforehand. But then
Wow.
again,
Yeah, she was kind of busy.
kind
Also,
of.
no one at King's Landing really liked her, except for Tyrion. He's the only one. Tyrion and Peter are the only ones who really had her back, and even Baelish now only has her back because it suits him.
Yeah. Again, with Baelish, I just don't... Like, I know he's playing this so that no matter who comes out on top, he's going to have an in. Like, if the
Who
bolt...
was I talking about Peter Baelish too?
I'm not sure.
Someone was trying to tell me that he wasn't evil. Or he was... Oh, it was at my friend Ellen's party. They were trying to say he wasn't evil or he wasn't as bad as... I'm like, no. No, Baelish is evil. He's a little fuck.
You know what? I don't know if he is truly evil,
He's a selfish evil.
but
He's gonna put He's going to throw everyone in front of a bus so that he could be in power. That's, he's not a good guy.
You know what? No, he's not
a bad guy.
He's not a good guy, but he's not necessarily an evil guy either. I mean,
he threw Sansa under the bus. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Like,
The one person he's supposed to have human feelings towards.
yeah, I mean, he's just trying. He's trying to win as much power as possible, probably. And Goblin Graph in chat says Baelish is playing to win the throne.
He's not. He's never going to win the throne.
He has a very, as far as claims to the throne go, I don't even think he has a snowball's chance in hell at that.
No. And I mean, I don't think that Baelish is disillusioned enough to think that he can take the throne. I think he knows.
It's, you know what? Anything can happen, really. If
it's true, but
he gains enough power and influence and plays his cards right, who knows? Maybe in 5 years he can have the throne. Or even sooner, if the right pieces fall into place. But I think he's just trying to survive with as much power and influence as he can.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, before we leave Sansa and Winterfell here, Ramsay still has a one-up on her. Flays the poor old woman alive, except her face. Ugh. Yeah, so she's pretty much fucked. For a while.
Well, let's hope, because there was the one brief shot of Brienne standing at her window. So the hope that we can hold on to is either Sansa starts stabbing bitches, or Brienne comes without call.
Or, while Phaon, he gave the candle, he told Ramsay about the candle and gave it to him, and he goes back there later and lights another candle.
That's a question that I had. If Theon made it up there, and Ramsay wasn't there, would he have lit the candle? Would he have done it?
I don't see why not.
couldn't tell.
You know what? I think seeing Ramsay at the last second probably put the fear back into him.
But
then also, he
was going to do it.
No, but then also, he can't lie to Ramsay. We've seen that. Would he, after lighting the candle, seeing Ramsay later that day, be like, I did this!
I don't think he would volunteer that information unless Ramsay asked. Like, if he asked, so, Reek, what did you do today? Then he would probably be all like, went to the top of the old tower and lit a candle. And why would you do that? Because your wife asked me to. And that's going to go over well.
Oh, yes.
Or not. So, Go on.
No. I was just going to say that it wouldn't have gone over well.
No. So we got a lot of the snow-covered north this episode, including Stannis, who is somewhere between the Wall and Winterfell. Unknown where. But, he's snowed in. Yeah.
Well, not so much. I don't think it's that they're snowed in, but progress is slow, and they have a large amount of people and horses and things that setting up camp is tedious. So I don't think they're making much progress moving south.
Not to mention that, as Davos said, a whole 40-something horses died during the night, or 37 horses or something, and
an
entire company of sellswords just decided, yep, fuck this, we're out of here. Yeah. So stuff's not looking good there.
No.
But the other nice large chunk we got was at the Wall. Yeah.
Samwell
Tarly. But first, Lord Commander Jon Snow.
God, he's Lord Commander. That still sounds so weird.
I know, right? Doesn't it?
So weird.
Especially, if you were to go with book age Jon Snow, he's only, 15 or 16 at this point. Yeah.
No,
exactly. Anyway, he goes north with Tormund, which, as, Sir Dickface, as I like to call him, said, I think it's a bad idea. It's reckless, foolhardy, whatever. John leaves anyway.
Well, yeah, no, he said that, but the thing that made me say, "Oh, good, you're an asshole again." He's like, "You're spitting in the face of every brother who's died," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, now you're an asshole." The truth is, it is a little reckless.
Right, it is a little reckless.
But the fact that he went further and said, "You're spitting in the face of our dead brothers," I'm like, "Oh, you're an asshole again." Okay.
Yeah. Is an asshole, but he goes north anyway.
Oh God.
Yeah, and before
I get that you guys are all grieving your losses. Fuck's sake, sack up. I'm sorry.
sack up, use your fucking brain first off.
Yeah.
Like, they all, you know what? Actually, Sir Alistair was never north of the wall with that group. He never saw the White Walkers with his own eyes.
No.
I mean, so to him, it's still like, yeah, sure, all these men come back with reports of it, of seeing it, but it's still like a tale to him. It's not exactly real something I've seen myself.
Yeah, and I think there's a giant percentage who don't believe Sam. They don't believe Sam saw a White Walker. They don't believe he killed one.
Well, you know what? He's the only one.
Who can claim that?
Him and Gilly were the only two people to actually see it happen.
Well, yes, but what I mean is...
And Sam doesn't... I still think he doesn't believe it happened because, you know, it was like a... You know, one of those, no, don't come any closer, accidentally stabbing somebody kind of moments. But before we continue with Sam, let's rewind back to Stannis, because I forgot something. Melisandre just flat out said, you know, I want to kill your daughter.
Yes! Oh, I fucking forgot about that! I
kind of blocked it out. I did block it out, I think.
She's the worst person.
It's like, there's King's blood, you know. You saw what I did with that. Yeah, but Robert's Bastard is thousands of miles from here. We have someone in camp, and she's your daughter. Like, it's your blood.
Everyone is kissing, like, fans. Kissing Stannis' ass. They're all like, oh yeah, he's so great. Let's all look at Stannis, how great he is. This whole time I've been like, I still hate him. If he kills his fucking daughter... I'm gonna have to suck it.
No, and you know what? I don't know if they covered this very well when, you know, she leached Gendry. Wasn't even supposed to be Gendry, but anyway, when she leached Gendry and took the blood out of him, I don't think they covered it really super well, but she wanted to kill him and take all of the blood.
Yeah.
And Stannis, you know, convinced her just to take some with leeches. So now she's not having none of that. No more leeches, full thing or nothing. You know, go big or go home. Except it's Stannis' daughter now.
Yes, and the question is gonna be, how badly does Stannis want the throne?
Not that badly. I don't think.
I don't know.
I don't think he's gonna want it badly enough to sacrifice his family for it.
Can he kill his wife?
Because what would be the point?
Yeah,
wife?
No, she doesn't have any king's blood.
I just don't want her around. That kid would be much better off without her.
You know, technically, I think she could use the unborn babies in the jar. Because technically they have king's blood in them.
They didn't take the fetuses with them, did they?
I hope to God not. That would be weird. Notice the It's already weird.
It's already there.
You know what? Goblin Graph has got a good point. He keeps thinking that Stannis' wife will try to sacrifice their daughter.
Oh no, what a bitch!
We lost
What if
John.
she succeeds? What if they do it behind Stannis?
I hope not.
What if the wife comes to Melisandre and is like, what the fuck just happened?
We lost to John, and I was hoping that the 2-box was still set up for Game of Thrones for when we, you know, 2-boxed it how many weeks ago, but it's not. So,
oops.
He's back. Doesn't matter.
I'm broken. I'm sorry.
Because we keep forgetting that Selyse Baratheon, she's the devout one.
What if she and Melisandre succeed behind Stannis' back, and Stannis murders the both of them? That'd be great.
I'm down with that.
I'm not down with that. That would mean sweetest girl in all of Westeros would be dead.
That would mean the sweetest girl, and yeah. I don't think they're going to succeed.
I don't think so.
But this show is not above killing a child.
No, the show is not above killing a child.
No.
It's not above killing babies.
Exactly.
So...
Or feeding babies to White Walkers.
I think part of it, I think Stannis would have to be willing. Because she said sacrifices have to be made. So if he wants, this spell, whatever the hell, to go through on his behalf, I think he has to be willing to make the sacrifice. I don't think just a blatant random sacrifice of his daughter will work unless he's the one who wants it done.
I don't know.
But anyway, that's depressing.
So
I think that little girl needs
I have a question, though.
protecting from one Sir Davos.
I think Davos would probably desert his ass at that point.
I would hope
Yeah.
so. Sir Davos is too smart. He's been with Stannis too long.
That's,
Break that
as
bone.
loyal as he is, I think that would be,
Be it.
That would push
that'd
him.
be the pushover.
That would push him right out.
Sorry, John, you were trying to say something when I started
I have a
yelling.
question.
I have an answer.
So why does Melisandre have to keep ramping up the materials she's using for her magic? Like, why was it first she just was like, fuck me, we'll make a baby shade. And then next it was, we need blood from this kid, and now all this blood from all of this kid.
Well,
Like,
couple different things.
Why?
One, the shade, I think that was a different spell. I don't know what she's trying to do here. What kind of spell she's trying to cast, or anything like that. Now, notice she said, she needed King's blood, and she did want to take she wanted to kill Gendry and take all of it, but she only got a couple leeches, and, he said the words, the usurper, Joffrey Baratheon threw it in, Robb Stark threw it in, and Balon Greyjoy threw it in, and what happened? Within 2 weeks of each other, Joffrey chokes on a fucking, he gets poisoned, but he chokes on his pigeon pie, Robb Stark gets assassinated at his own wedding, or at his uncle's wedding, and, they didn't cover Balon Greyjoy. He was supposed to trip and fall off a cliff, but that didn't happen. No, actually, that was supposed to happen. He was supposed to be walking a tightrope bridge between two towers of his castle and fall. So
He did die, though.
No, they haven't covered it in the show. We haven't heard of Balon Greyjoy since they sent him Theon's dick.
Oh, that's true.
So
We've seen him.
not since they sent him Theon's removed manhood.
Yes, I know.
So
Is that the medieval dick pic?
that is the
Is that how you do
medieval.
it?
Yes,
Oh,
that's how they do it.
instead of being sexy, it's the opposite. Wait,
Yeah.
pics aren't sexy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So back to Sam. Spent a lot of time on Stannis, but that's a big fucking deal.
Well,
It was like one of the shortest scenes of this entire episode, but it's a big fucking deal.
it is a big deal. It's a huge deal. Can't believe we almost forgot it. I tried to block it out.
Like,
I'm so mad.
legally, Stannis and Daenerys have the best claims to the throne out of all the people who wanted it.
Yes.
But they just, again, they didn't have the proof that Joffrey and Tommen were incestuous. It's rumors, no hard evidence. Blah, 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 blah. Back to Sam. Sam, the chivalrous defender of women's rights.
No, Sam, the defender of his lady love.
His lady love. I loved that. Well, I was actually hoping he would stab somebody.
Yeah. Well, the whole time I was saying, give that bitch a sword.
Give that bitch a sword. Uh-huh.
You have no idea how many times I say that to this show.
Probably
give that
as many
bitch
as I
a sword.
do. Mm-hmm. I will say, that whole scene, I was not expecting Ghost to walk in. I would have expected Jon to take Ghost with him.
Yeah.
I thought so too. But
I guess Ghost wouldn't have liked. I guess Ghost wouldn't have liked being on a ship. Is the only thing I can think of.
You know what? That's a good point. They are on a boat.
Yeah.
Or John was smart enough to say, like, hey, they're gonna fuck with Sam. I better leave
Yeah.
Ghost here.
And I mean, I did not realize until now how many of their friends they've lost.
Yeah.
Of like John and crew.
Yeah.
Gren.
Half of them died. Like the only one left besides John and Sam is the guy with the long hair and the weird
Ed.
whose name I can't remember.
Ed.
Ed.
Yeah.
So.
Gren is dead. Pip is dead. Yeah.
Pip. I miss Pip.
I miss Pip, too.
Oh, I love Pip.
And now Maester Aemon's dead. Which, he had a good run. He lived to be 102.
That is fucking old.
Which, in, this era of technology and shit like that...
is double life expectancy.
Honestly, I think it's a little more than double.
More than double life expectancy.
Yeah, that was some... Whew. Well, you know what? He was blood of the dragon. He was a Targaryen and all that stuff. That's some good genes right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's true.
They breed him tough.
Yeah, have to agree with Goblin Graf. Glad we see a direwolf again. It's been a while.
Yes.
Been a long while.
Now, weird question though. Did Sam know that Ghost was there?
I don't think so.
Probably not.
I mean,
he did, right?
I don't think he did. No, I think he just stood up from his beaten like, I have to defend Gilly, or they're just gonna, have their way with their killer and throw her out the window.
Which I think is amazing because he stands up. Clearly, he can't stand. But he does it anyway, and as soon as they leave, he's like, oh my god, and sits back down.
Yeah, it just goes back down like, yeah, I'm done.
Nope.
Fucking hell.
Is this the first natural cause of death in Game of Thrones?
This, I think, is the first on-screen natural causes.
Yes.
It could be, yeah.
Probably.
I'm trying to think.
Huh. No, stop trying to think. He's right. I don't think they've shown a single death by natural causes.
Unless you count the hot plate to the head.
No one's had a heart attack?
No one's had a heart attack. No one's,
They've all gotten fucking stabbed.
Yeah. They've been stabbed. They've been dismembered. They've been blown up. They've been crushed. They've had gold poured over their head.
That was one of the more creative methods.
Very creative.
Death by witchcraft.
Yeah, a whole bunch of good stuff, but no natural causes. Congratulations, Aemon Targaryen. You win a gold star.
Yeah, seriously. Good job, man.
And then Gilly rewards Sam.
Okay, wait. Let's not call it
awkward sex ever.
Yeah, my first... I was just like... And my wife sitting there, she's like, why are you ahhing at this scene? I'm like, because Sam don't want none. She's like, sure he does. He's not actually saying no. And I'm like... Yee. And then, his response, oh, mommy. And it's like, I'm done.
Why do you think Sam doesn't want sex?
It's not that he... You know what? I don't know. I just had it was an odd feeling.
Sam, he's asked, John, you've been with a lady?
Yes. All right.
Immediately, he just wanted to know. Sam was all about that.
I don't know. I just got the feeling in the beginning of that scene that he didn't want none. But
well, no. The thing is, I think he didn't want it if the only reason she was going to give it was because he saved her. But she likes him. She's liked him almost his whole entire time. Yeah. So...
He's the first guy to ever be nice to her.
Well, yeah, also the second man she'd ever met. Or really talked to.
Very true. Forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that happened. Now, let's skirt our way down south. Cersei Lannister. You know what? We're saving her for last.
Yeah, fuck her.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go down to Dorne and Bronn. Well, first, Jaime. Not much to say about Jaime, except he gets told.
Sorry, Wendell just said
Yeah.
Gilly's been trying to fuck Sam since she met him.
That may be true.
That is that is a very good observation, and probably is true. So, Jaime's daughter, I'm sorry, niece, tells him off in the nicest way possible. And, yeah, walks on out. It's like,
she's not wrong, though.
She's not wrong. No, she isn't.
No, she's not.
And it seems like the kid genuinely loves her.
Exactly, but, Jaime's right. There are dangers, because you got Oberon's bastard daughters and wifey or lady friend there,
Well, yeah, lady friend.
all wanting revenge.
Clown.
Yeah, like, Oberon even said it, last season. And I actually saw this clipped together side by side. It's like, we don't kill little girls in Dorne. And then, all of a sudden it just shows Ilaria. It's just like, fuck it, kill a little girl.
Yeah.
I mean, what did he expect? If he let her go, he should have known that she was going to do it anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Wendell says she's been with them for 3 years, and they treat her great.
Yeah.
That's very true. But you know what? Really, from the ruler, from Doran Martell, if Oberon was still alive, from Trystane, all of those Martells, she's got nothing to worry about. They are not going to kill a little girl. They are not, going to stoop to, as they see it, the Lannisters' level.
Well, it's also this marriage was set up by Tyrion.
True, this
we
was
also
a
find
Tyrion.
out that she thinks her mother set it up, which is a whole nother can of worms. But
yeah,
this was a diplomatic marriage set up, so they don't want to wreck that either.
Exactly. So they're not going to fuck that up, and they're not going to screw with a little girl. That's just not their thing.
No.
So, on to Bronn, who last episode, the more observant viewers will have noticed, he got sliced by a dagger.
I was so sure he was dead.
I was so sure he was going to die, too. And I figured it would be a slow-acting poison, because that's how Oberon liked to roll.
Yeah.
So... And as soon as she started flashing him, I was like, she's trying to get the blood pumping, trying to get the poison to work faster.
I said that too.
And that's actually brilliant. And her sisters rolled their eyes.
They knew exactly what she was doing.
Murder boobs.
Great, again, okay.
Murder boobs.
They are fantastic boobs to murder with, though.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely.
Yeah. If you're going to die by boobs, those are a great pair of boobs to die by.
Might as well be those.
Yeah. And he starts dying. Horribly. Now, this is the part of the scene that gets me. Here's the only antidote. Who's the most beautiful woman in the world? It's like, you are. Don't drop it. She says, I like you. And he drinks it, but here's my thing. And this is what my wife pointed out to me sitting next to me. She just goes, she just gave him more! Like, how does he know? We don't know.
Psych, more poison.
Like, could it be more poison?
No.
Could it be something that delays the onset of the poison? Or is it actually the antidote? We don't know.
It delays it long enough for her to have sex with him, and then he dies.
Or it delays it long enough for her to, fuck with his head some more.
I guess. But I would imagine if you are using poisons, if an accident happens and you get poisoned, you would want to have an antidote on it.
Right. There is as
so
good...
having a legitimate antidote makes sense.
No, that does make sense, because as skillful as you are, I mean, these are poisons we're talking about, razor-sharp weapons, even the tiniest nick. As she said, if it gets on your skin, doesn't even have to cut your skin, if it gets on your skin.
You just have to touch your blade.
So, yeah, in that case, accidents can happen, no matter how skillful or careful you are.
Your mistake, even in applying it.
Right.
You get your on your pinky finger. Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Bronn, I guess, gets to live for now. Which I hope so, because I love that character. Bronn is awesome.
Me too.
And they're giving us more Bronn than the books have given us. So you know what? I am so happy about that. Because he's a great character. Okay. Before we go back to King's Landing for Cersei, we have some Jorah and Tyrion to deal with. The current odd couple. I like the current odd couple.
The current odd couple.
So, they get sold to a guy who I'm going to assume is one of the wise masters of Meereen, or something of the sort. Here's my whole problem with this. So, Dany goes down, her future husband takes her there. She's going to, watch a smaller, lesser gladiator, like a qualifier match for the Great Games or whatever, I guess you would call it. And, the guy wasn't expecting the queen to be there. He's all like, whoa, shit, fuck guys, look presentable. Stand up straight, don't be idiots. Right? Now, here's the thing. She misses the blatantly obvious fact that these are all still slaves, even though she's outlawed slavery. It is screaming at her in the face. Like,
well, no, she didn't go backstage.
No, true.
So let's look at them on the field. They're dressed in armor, they have weapons, there's nothing to distinguish them as slaves. They're not branded.
True, but, I mean...
So to her eyes, out on the field, they look like freemen. If she had done the thing that the rules were supposed to do and went in the back where everyone is chained, then yes, she'd see that they...
Right. And maybe, the fact that Tyrion is chained might...
Yeah, because Tyrion runs out chained, but also Tyrion was taken as a present. It was not like...
Yeah, true.
She might still be oblivious to the fact that they were all slaves.
Right, so she watches about... She's getting queasy because, she's getting queasy because it's pretty brutal, but then again, she was married to Khal Drogo. She watched him rip a dude's tongue out of his mouth.
Yeah. But I also don't think she was expecting to ever see spectacle like that again.
True. It was very true. So she was...
And not for no reason. Like, this is literally for no reason.
Right, this was just for fun.
Well, so was it was ritual, but so was the Dothraki.
Well, that was...
The wedding, that was still...
Oh, true. This was just for sport.
Yeah.
And she finds it barbaric. And then the masked man comes out of the back and starts beating the shit out of everybody on the field without killing them.
Yep.
Which is probably what caught her eye. Like, wow, this dude is going to town, but he's not being brutal. He's not murdering these people. He's taking them out, winning combat, but leaving them alive.
Yeah.
And so, of course, this catches her eye. So when the masked, I don't know what to call him. That would be clever. When he's done, pulls off the mask, and it's like, fuck, really? I got excited.
She got so mad.
Oh, yeah. She was pissed.
Oh, man.
Just get him out of my sight. Like, no, wait, I brought you a gift. And I was waiting just how terrible that could have gone, but Tyrion walks out like, no, it's true. I'm the gift. Like,
Clap him in irons.
Like, look, I'm in irons. Hi.
Hi.
Jorah became Batman. Yes, Wendell, Jorah became Batman. You're damn right.
He became all the non-death kills.
Masked, non-lethal kills. Yeah, non-lethal takedowns.
Yep.
But her face, like, who are you? It's like, I am Tyrion Lannister. And her face was just like... I was waiting for her to just be like, off with their heads!
Well, I don't think she's going to totally dismiss Tyrion, because Tyrion's coming from a position, I murdered my father, let's go take Westeros.
Yeah, but she'll never trust him.
I don't know.
You know what?
She might.
She was... Right, but that was one thing that she still believes. She was ingrained from birth to hate the Lannisters, to hate Baratheons, and all of those...
Yes.
And to hate Starks and all those big names.
But she took in Sir Barristan, who served King Robert for how long? Right,
but he also served her father, King Aerys, for if not longer.
Probably longer, yes, you're right.
So, and he was, he served and fought beside her brother Rhaegar, who she has a hell of a lot more affection for.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially after Jorah dropped the hard truth about her dad.
Yeah.
Not Barristan. Barristan dropped the hard truth about her dad. So, that's going to be a whole...
hard truth about her... No! Sorry, I got confused. Baelish was speaking the hard truth about Rhaegar, not Sir Barristan. About what he did to Lyanna.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right.
Lyanna Stark, yeah.
Yeah, so that's the bad side of Rhaegar, obviously.
That was the bad side of Rhaegar. But, you know what? You hear it from different sides. No one has actually gotten Rhaegar's side of the story.
No one's ever gonna.
Except Lyanna. And she didn't exactly... from what I understand, she didn't exactly seem too upset about it. Because apparently Rhaegar was a hottie. Anyway, back to King's Landing. So we got the Queen of Thorns trying anything to get her grandchildren out of the cellar.
Oh God!
Oh God, they're in the cellar. Get them out of the cellar.
Yeah, they're in the dungeon. And as she, she figures out she can't bribe the High Sparrow. And you know what? He actually seems like he's still, that he's what he says he is. He's a man of God, which, and to be perfectly honest, makes him far more dangerous than anybody else there. Because, he's a believer, he's devout, and all that fun stuff.
No one can buy him.
No one can buy him. And that's just, yeah. Right, yeah, Wendell puts it. Ned, we're back to Lyanna. Ned is the only one who knows what went down. He killed mostly everybody that knew. Because he was the one who, was with her when she died.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of craziness going on there. Anyway, Olenna can't buy him. Nobody can buy him. High Sparrow is set. So Cersei, taunts Marjorie. And as she put it, I know you're the reason I'm in here and all that fun stuff. And finally, what I've been waiting to happen for how many episodes? Since I saw that Lancel Lannister was a friggin' sparrow. Like we mentioned, eventually he's going to come to his senses and be like, yo, boss.
No.
Yo, boss.
No. This wasn't eventually Lancel came to his senses. Lancel, when he became a sparrow, spilled everything about Cersei.
And...
So the High Sparrow has been sitting on this knowledge this whole time.
Waiting until he was in the position to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, so
but
cleverly.
Even after he was in a position to do it.
No. Guys. No. Olenna did it. That's what Baelish told her.
I gave him... But the...
Oh, yeah.
The High
What the hell are you talking about?
But the High Sparrow said...
I forgot about Baelish and Olenna meeting. There were a couple of things I forgot about this episode.
When he unburdened himself, which had to have been when he was becoming a sparrow.
No, he unburdened himself to her. His confession to her in the beginning of the season was his unburdening of his sins. I don't think the High Sparrow... Because if the High Sparrow knew... No. You guys got to... Yeah, no. Because that wouldn't make any sense. The High Sparrow would have, snapped up Cersei in a heartbeat if he knew right away. He wasn't waiting. Okay. He had plenty of opportunities alone with her to be like, hey, gentlemen.
Good point.
So I think Olenna found out from Baelish, and she was like, well, fuck this bitch. Yeah, and then she told the High Sparrow.
Who then probably went to Lancel and, got him.
It was like, is this true? Yes. Okay.
And Lancel probably spilled more beans than was initially spilled.
Yeah.
So, because Lancel is probably one of the few people who actually, for a fact, knows that Joffrey, Myrcella, and Tommen are all incestuous children.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain he's the only one with definitive evidence besides Jaime.
Yeah. No, it wasn't Baelish. Baelish was talking about Robert's bastard, right?
No.
You know what? I got to go back and watch this episode again because I need to rewatch that scene between Baelish and Olenna. Just that scene.
Why would that be helpful to her? It wouldn't be helpful at all.
To who?
To Olenna. If he was talking about Robert's kid, that wouldn't make any sense.
Well, that's Gendry, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but then again, mind you, I watched this episode at my parents' house with my wife sitting next to me and shit going on, so I possibly could have missed a crucial,
I don't know. That's
statement.
Just the interpretation I had. That's what I thought was going on, but
I gotta go back. I'm gonna go back and watch it because I'm curious now. So, anyway, Cersei thrown in jail.
Fuck that bitch.
Love that bitch.
Love her, but
she's gonna get what's coming to her. But yeah,
you know what? Right at just finally 5 seasons of being a horrible person. And finally
caught up with her.
Finally, it caught up with her and bit her. And I love that. Like, I'm the queen. You can't do this. But really, Marjorie said the exact same thing, and it didn't do anything. And the king was even in the fucking room and it didn't do anything. Well,
Yeah.
you know what? You're shit out of luck, Cersei.
Well, she's so desperate at this point. She's had all this. She's seeing all this power slipping away from her. She's trying very hard to hold on to it. Too hard. And she's losing her mind. She's going a little crazy.
I would
think that the sparrow wouldn't backfire.
Well,
Yeah.
She's going a little crazy.
You know what? She found out the hard way what Olenna found out the slightly easier way. That he can't be bought. You know, it's like, why, thank you for giving me, for arming my men. Thank you for giving me a whole bunch of power and for making me the new High Septon. Thank you for doing all this. You're still not exempt from the law.
Yeah, because the way I thought of it, I didn't think that, the way I see it, Cersei didn't think she was buying his whatever, but she thought he wouldn't find out.
Right, and here's something...
She probably forgot she slept with Lancel.
She probably did. But Wendell Marshall, who's been pretty active in chat, thank you, sir, mentioned a bit ago that lawful good is always truly terrifying. And you know what? I have to agree.
There are lots of different kinds of lawful good, though.
Right, but lawful good and following the code of a religion, especially one that has pretty harsh punishments for a lot...
A crazy coup religion.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of pants-shitting terror right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, boy. Yeah. So, that's going to be fun. Tommen's pissed. I mean, I forgot about that scene. I'll start a war for her. I love her, mother. And that whole, I'll go talk to the High Sparrow on your behalf. And just nah. See through her.
Fucking crocodile tears.
I know.
What do you mean? When
Cersei was crying over her son's agony. Don't
No.
worry, baby. I fixed it.
What she said was lies. Those tears were not fake. She was crying because she saw her son really cared about her. She thought that,
and then took those
just
emotions,
a vagina, which she probably
balled them up, threw them out the window. Fuck you, son.
No, she
loves her children. That's the one true emotion that she has.
She wasn't upset for her son's agony. She was upset that her son loves Marjorie. And that was what was making her cry.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Her love for her children is the only true emotion she has.
Yeah, that is the only genuine thing that has ever come out of this woman's mouth, I believe, is her love for her children.
Sure.
And that's it. Everything else is bullshit. Even if it's minor, everything else is some form of bullpoopy. Yeah. This was a really good episode, but you know what?
It really was.
About this point in the season, the episodes get good.
Are we over the hump? Yeah.
Yeah. We're over the hump. This is episode 7. I mean, they do follow a trend where, the middle episodes are really good, and then episode 9 is the shit goes down episode.
Yeah.
But, which I can't imagine what this season's shit goes down episode is going to be.
I don't know.
It may even be episode 10 because they're keeping the season finale's name very tight-lipped.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't find what the episode's named yet. So
everybody gets scooters and they just ride around in the fucking desert.
Mm-hmm. Now, I mentioned earlier when I said, the episode name The Gift, not what I thought this episode was going to be about. There's 2 things that are referred to as The Gift in the Game of Thrones universe. One is the stretch of land in the north just south of the Wall. That is called The Gift. It was a gift from a Targaryen queen to the Night's Watch. They can use the land for whatever purposes they want.
Mm-hmm.
Anything they want to do with it, they can use it for. And the gift is what the House of Black and White calls their services. It's the gift of death.
But the gift in this episode is Tyrion.
It is Tyrion Lannister. That's the gift. I hope.
I'm pretty sure that was the gift in this episode.
Well, we didn't see any
bit
of...
No, you know what?
We didn't even see a millisecond of Arya Stark, so you know what? It wasn't that.
None of
I think the gift was Sansa's free skinned lady with her purchase of a husband.
No, you got it the other way around. Ramsay purchased her.
Kinda. Omikins, who's my wife, she's in chat. One thing she said that I really liked, she's like, Stannis is gonna kill Ramsay. And I'm like, I don't know that. She's like, no, I'm just saying he's going to do it. And I'm like, well, this is about as far as they've gotten with Stannis, and from everything I know here. And she's like, no, he's going to get into Winterfell. He's gonna stab Ramsay in his smug face. It's like,
All I wanted,
Davos is gonna do it. I swear to God, he has to.
All I wanted from this season was to have Sansa be the sass queen, to just play everybody. If she doesn't take some semblance of control over her own life in this season, I'm gonna be so disappointed.
She has some sass, and
She's learning how to play the game, which is good, but she still has no control over her life.
Right. She's not up to the level she needs to be at in order to sass and win against Ramsay.
Because her sass, and we've seen it, it's a front, it's a facade. Which is not a bad thing, but she has nothing to back it up except for her words. Because we saw with the crazy, what's her name? Melinda bitch, who's fucking Ramsay.
Miranda
bitch. As soon as Miranda left the room, Sansa was like, "Oh god."
Oh god, that sucked.
Yeah. So
she's
as
not
soon
used
as
to
she
it.
has something to back up the game she's playing,
A knife.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
have
fine.
somebody please, Sansa.
Please, Sansa, next time, just
I do want to point out, I don't think Sir Davin cut his fingers off. Right? He's got no fucking fingers to hold a sword.
on one hand,
Stannis cut them off.
he didn't cut them off. He just shortened them a wee bit.
And that's his left.
But I don't think he
fights. He fights. We've seen him fight.
We've seen Davos
does
fight.
he?
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
He
He
uses
did.
one hand.
He's still capable.
That's right.
He just has shortened fingers on one hand, and that's all. Still got the fingers.
Oh, okay. I thought for some reason he couldn't wield a sword, but now you're right. You're right. We've seen him fight before.
Yeah. So anything else to talk about this episode? This was a lot of... It was a very information-packed episode.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff happened.
We got a puppy.
We got a puppy.
We got a puppy.
Was yeah.
We
You know what?
Sue.
Goblin Graph, you're right. If she learned knowledge that her brothers are alive could be her power. You know what?
As long as Theon is Reek, he's never going to tell her.
No, but if she finds that out, if she gets that out of him,
Yeah.
that is a very, very valuable piece of information. Because the entire...
Yeah.
She also knows that Jon Snow's in a position of power. She probably doesn't know that he is not going to get involved.
Yeah.
Westeros business. But knowing that Jon is out there in a position of power, I think, is also a confident booster.
Right. So, because the whole claim that the Boltons have, or that Ramsay will have, is that he's marrying a Stark.
Yeah.
And that's to solidify his hold on the North. But if a male Stark, son of Eddard, was to be found alive, their claim would hold. And Ramsay would have nothing.
Yeah,
and that would be,
Bran.
And that's something very dangerous for Roose Bolton right now, because he's Warden of the North, but if a legitimate Stark heir came up, everybody else would rally behind them. There would be very few houses in the North that wouldn't.
Sansa, honey, grow a dick.
Yeah, seriously, honey.
Solve all your problems.
You were born as the wrong gender for what you need to do right now, but you know what? Keep doing what you're doing. Hopefully you'll be able to shove that dagger into Ramsay's throat at some point.
Forget about that. Cut
Yeah.
off his dick.
Cut off his dick. Send it to his father.
And then He's not far.
And by send it to his father, just throw it out the window. He'll find it.
Throw it out the window when he's walking by.
Yeah.
Throw it at his
Slap
head.
it.
Slap the man with his son's dick. I love where this is going right now. That's our show,
Man,
everybody.
that's tiny. Must be the cold.
Must be the cold. Next episode is called Hard Home. I tend to not get unlike most of our other podcasts, I don't get synopsis for this because they're very brief and they tell you shit. Like, more so, less information than any other synopsis.
Well,
so,
from the preview, it's not looking good for Jorah.
no. It's
Not
really not looking good for Jorah. Hard Home is the name of a settlement in north of the Wall. That's where Jon and what's his name? Tormund. There we go. Are going. And yeah, Jorah's in some shit. But you know what? Dany's still pissed at him.
I mean, yes.
You were spying on me for the enemy.
Yes. Almost got me poisoned.
You almost
Come on,
got me
dude.
poisoned. But you know what? He did save her life how many times?
I know.
Like, really, he could have just stood aside and let her die.
Oh,
How many
I know.
times? Oh, I know. We know.
Danny's not going to listen.
No, because she's got that, Targaryen anger management issue.
Yeah. Well,
As much as she doesn't want to admit it.
he's a dragon, after all.
Yeah,
Well, she's also got that Targaryen, I'm gonna fuck that guy issue.
There's that.
Oh, we didn't talk about that scene.
We didn't talk about
She's
Dario's
like,
advice.
I'm marrying him. I'm still going to fuck you. Don't worry about
Yeah,
it.
don't worry about it. But his advice, all rulers are either butchers or beat. Like, round up, at the Great Games, round up all of the wise and honorable and wonderful masters and kill them all.
That's not a good idea.
Well, you know what? It's a good idea and a bad idea.
It's a fucking
Okay.
cool idea.
It's not a good idea. Because if she just did that for no reason, then that's a bad idea. But if she finds the ones that are still buying slaves, if she finds the ones who aren't listening,
Which is probably all of them.
and okay, fine, and kills them, then I think that's a better plan because have a trial also. Let's not just kill people.
Right, I liked Dario's quip. Like, you think the Sons of the Harpy are going to stop attacking your people if you marry their leader. I loved that quip, and I would laugh my ass off if that wound up being the case.
Oh, yeah.
Like
if they stopped.
no, that if he is legitimately their leader and he's just been sitting there counseling Dany this whole time.
Oh, I see.
But you know what? This show has done, more insane plot twists than that. So
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if that's too sane for this show or just crazy enough. I don't know. But we'll see. Anyway, as I've said multiple times, that's our show, but this episode keeps creeping its way back in to be talked about. Let's hope the rest of the season's like that, because so
Brienne,
far...
do some things!
Brienne, do some
Get
things.
this ball rolling.
Get this ball rolling. Walk in there, be like, Sansa, I'm here to rescue you. You should have went with me in the first place, you dumb bitch.
Well,
Fucking
Sansa's
idiot.
saying no was sort of her trying to help Brienne out because she knew that Baelish wouldn't hear of it.
Yeah. Something needs to happen there.
Because as soon as Brienne walked up, Sansa was like, get out of here! What are you doing?"
What are you doing? Leave. So, Cleo, where can they find you?
They can find me on the socials at Cleomoto and on Twitch at the Cleomoto.
Good stuff. John, how about you?
You can find me at No More on the Twiddly Tweds. And on YouTube, do Let's Plays at Nahajim, NHOJM.
The Twiddly Twats. Okay.
Really don't.
You can find me on Twitter at Thiliterin. And you can find all of us on Facebook, Twitter, Gmail, Google+, MySpace, YouTube at ASOTV Podcast. You can follow us at those places for some more podcasts for some of your favorite TV shows. Leave a comment, drop us a line, ask a question, anything like that.
All of the above.
All of the above. And thank you for watching. Did I forget anything? No, I got
Toodles.
everything. Toodles.
Bye.